topic of Disney, right? So the problem is that Disney doesn't know how to make good villains because they don't know how to make good protagonists anymore. Do you remember what exactly you didn't like? Just a lot of the crafting recipes, the enemies, the way they changed things. I just really didn't like it. The world generation changed in a way that I didn't like it. So yeah. Um, Vintage Story is gonna end at some point, but Modern Minecraft won't. No, and that's the issue. I'm okay. I am perfectly okay with a game having a start and an end. I don't want a forever game because a forever game turns into a live service slop. And that's exactly what happened with Minecraft. It turned into live service slop. So yeah. Disney fired all the good writers? No, Disney became ideologically captured by the California woke mind virus, if you want to put it that way. Because the problem is, the only they started hiring writers whose entire personality is that they are A, feminist, B, anti-racist, C, transgender, or D, have daddy issues. Those are like the four types of personalities you're allowed to have as a writer in Disney nowadays. And that's all you're allowed, and you're only allowed to write from that point. And the problem is, with these personalities, you don't get a lot of the perspectives of hard struggle in life. You have the first world struggles that these people have, which it ain't gonna be conducive to the hero's journey. So you start writing these, then you have the idea that you can't write things that would be deemed offensive to whatever group of people, and you have to sanitize it, take it through 7 layers of HR. So you want a villain. And the problem is, villains need to be evil. You need to give your villains a sense of evil, of just being flat out wrong. But if you need to sacrifice, if you need to sanitize everything from your villain to your hero and make everything comfortable for everybody, there's no struggle, there's no conflicting information over there. Last good Star Wars show was Andor. Andor was like an experimental thing that they allowed them to do. Like, they weren't expecting it, and they were like, yeah, sure, do whatever you want. And they gave it to people that actually wanted to make a good Star Wars show. So, yeah, I would get it far in Disney. They can just shit out random points on Twitter. They'll turn it into a one-world film and wastes 2 hours of my life. Yeah, and the thing is, back in the day, Disney was all about... The thing that Disney had was that it had solid stories. A lot of them were retellings of existing stories, and they would have some sort of struggle that would come out with a very nice, lovely moral of the story. And at some point, they decided, okay, no, but the bad guy has to be capitalism or father figures or parents or society as a whole. And the problem is, that's not very, those are not very strong archetypes. Like, you want to have the archetypes we've used for hundreds of thousands of years. Why? Because they work. But we have all these pretentious writers that want to be the next Tolkien, but they have this skill set of it. They have the skill set, like, they have the vocabulary, but they have the imagination of a 4-year-old, and they don't understand adult struggle the same way somebody like Tolkien would. So they're not able to come up with good struggles, with good stories that have a character that genuinely has a real struggle, because all of these are first world pamper liberal white ladies who have never had to struggle for anything in their life. So knife trade protection ends. All right, and CS did the thing. Pixar has been carrying Disney for a long time now. Yes, they have. Because Pixar at least has been able to keep most of their formula intact. They have had some of their films not do as well because Disney is still trying to infect it with the rest. But look at Dreamworks. One of the best films ever made. Like, this is a film that I'm going to show my children. We start after this, I promise. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. That film is brilliant. I loved it. I watched it on the plane across the Atlantic when I was going to Florida to meet my mom, and I watched it. That film is supposed to be for children, and it has 3 villains. Each of them touching a very individual archetype that is incredibly different, and not once do any of those villains try to justify themselves. Not once. And they are all just absolutely brilliant. Do you think DreamWorks would butcher Shrek 5? They postponed it. They probably will. They already probably have. So yeah. Background reminds me of Tron Ares. Well then, that's not good. Disney stopped being Disney as just animating talking points? Yeah, because they politicized everything. They got a bunch of people who... Like, one of the biggest mistakes you can make in your life is buying the notion that the personal is political. Like, the moment you make everything about you political, you make everything about you an activist issue. And the problem about activist issues is that you're not acting on principle, you're just... An activist is not somebody who seeks solutions. An activist is somebody who acts as if they care about the issue so that they can seem like they're doing it, like they're making a change. The most devastating thing that can happen to an activist is winning. Look at Israel-Palestine. The day the ceasefire, not the ceasefire, the peace treaty came to be, not a peep from any of the activists that were yelling that they wanted a ceasefire. They got a peace treaty that immediately was broken a few days later, so that's besides the point. But not a single person that was crying about wanting to stop the war ended up actually celebrating that a peace treaty was there. Was it because they got it from Trump? I don't know. But they didn't. That means activists don't care about their things, yeah. So yeah. There's a reason why I cannot get myself to watch Disney movies now like I used to do. Like, just watch the ones that already exist. Like, just go watch pre-2015 Disney, and you're gonna have all the good films. So yeah, as a contributor to the recession, it's like a 2 animated films, Hollywood, pisses me off. Yeah, no, and it's awful. Like, it's one of the reasons why you don't want monopolies, because... God, we need good animated films, like good 2D, like some good 2D animated films. We should get some of those back, dude, because that art style, like, you know, one of my favorite films of all time is Treasure Planet. I loved that film so much, and it was from their Emperor's New Groove, another one. Like, I loved, like, my mom is a Disney, she loves Disney, so I watched all the Disney animated cartoons. Like, I watched The Lion King, Lion King 2, Lion King 1.5, which in my opinion has to be the best spin-off film ever created by Disney. If you've never seen it, it's the story of The Lion King 1 told from Timon and Pumbaa's side of the story. It's just... It's pure comedy. It's pure gold. It's pure gold. Lion King 1.5. I don't know if you can get it. We're not shredding today. We shred when I say we do. You got me rambling. So, imagine putting hours in a political piece of art, then someone changes your mind with logical arguments, and now you just sit there with 2-hour-long pile of opinions. There you go. Yeah. So yeah, no, that one, which one? Kronk's New Groove, the sequel to The Emperor's New Groove, of what happens to Kronk after the events, like before and after the events of the film. There was what, like, of course, Treasure Planet, we have Atlantis. The second from Atlantis, which was like a mini-series, was also brilliant. So... It's just I've seen older ones so many times I get pretty bored, except The Emperor's New Groove, it'll never get old for me. Oh yeah, that's just what happens, right? Like, you can only watch things so many times. It's not like you're gonna daily watch these films. Like, watch them every once in a while, and then look east. Like, the lesson we've learned recently is that just look east. Look at what Japan, China, Korea are doing, and they're making brilliant media. So... Ghibli, I've seen some Ghibli films. I haven't seen all of them, so I still need to catch up with them. So yes, and you're still welcome to today, you know. Princess and the Frog, yeah, Princess of the Frog, I think it was the last one, and it was good. It was a good film. It was a really, really good film. Zootopia, and they really started to decline. Yeah, and Zootopia, I didn't see the full film. It has one of the worst villains out there, so... Yeah, many good indie movies. Like right now, the best medium for 2D, for in general in animation is anime. Like, anime, hands down, has the best media told in animation right now, hands down. Like, yes, there's a lot of anime slop, but we have so many brilliant animes out there that, yeah, the West can't compete right now. So, new films and Castle is an arc. So it is. I need to watch those. I need to catch up. So yeah. Nobody knows China more than I do. Bigly. So yeah, William Bubba, Zootopia, not about long, but here the 2D Disney animation. Like, 2D was just the best. Like, when Cinderella 2 is better than 2/3 of the films released recently from Disney, you know there's a lot of trouble. Because Cinderella 2, I liked it. We watched it with my mom. Little Mermaid 2, we watched that one. It was pretty okay. It was pretty good. Cinderella 2 is like the after story with the stepsisters and what they do. So that topic is crazy that we have more hours of movies than we could ever watch, even if we're till the death of the universe. Yet for some reason we still choose to watch the same thing over and over. Yeah, you stick to what you know, basically. So yeah. Have you seen Treasure Island? No, I've seen Treasure Planet. I still need to watch Treasure Island. Yeah. How many times has Netflix tried to make an anime for it have no lasting impact? Yeah, because Netflix has the same problem that Disney does. They have a bunch of ideologically captured writers and producers that cannot fathom the idea of an uncomfortable idea. Because that's the whole thing. They are so trapped in this world of toxic positivity that they cannot fathom the idea of what if we tell a story where something genuinely bad happens to a woman? What if we write a story where something genuinely good happens to a man? What if we write a story where the villain is an irredeemable woman with no tragic backstory? It's just an evil woman. What if we write the idea of a minority being an irredeemable villain? What if we write a story of something legitimately bad happening to a black person that then has to struggle and redeem themselves? That is genuinely not the ominous racism or society. Like, it's genuinely like just something bad somebody does. Because here's a storyline that Disney or Netflix will not do. A story about a woman, a woman of any race that is an evil bitch doing something bad to a black man, and the black man having to overcome that. Like some story like that. Like the story of Rising of the Shield Hero. Like, imagine the story of the Rising of the Shield Hero. Like, for you, those of you who haven't seen it. And Ted, welcome today. How are you doing? We're about to do a Javan shred, but you got me rambling. Like, the story of Rising of the Shield Hero, if you haven't seen it, the hero, it's an isekai, and the hero gets a shield, he gets the shittiest weapon, and immediately he gets falsely accused of rape. He gets falsely accused of rape by the daughter of the king, so he gets almost exiled. He gets pretty much exiled, and he gets ostracized from everybody. Not a single studio from the West would dare make that kind of story. So yeah, the king was in on it, with the king being in on it. Yes, that I think is down the line. But the story starts with him being falsely accused by this girl of rape. That is not a single, not Disney, not Netflix, not Paramount, not one of those would dare touch a storyline like that. Why? Because you are not allowed to bring some of these uncomfortable realities to film unless it is white people bad or white man bad. Those are the only two that you're allowed to do. Everything else is verboten in these places. And the problem is when you can't explore uncomfortable ideas like that in your stories, you can't write good stories then. So yeah, they ruined Lilo and Stitch? No, they didn't. They made a shit attempt at a new one. The original one is still there. The original is still there, and it's still great. Lilo and Stitch is another one from the early 2000s that is one of the best films ever made, yeah. So yeah. Overlord is really good as well. But anyway, good talk, everybody. Yeah, this conversation got started because of Disney. So yeah. And yeah, they're not gonna remake Tarzan. That's another film that is safe. Because they will not, because Disney has to race swap. They will not race swap Tarzan. So, yeah. That took a while. Welcome to the BS Talks. So, let's go ahead and do this one. We were about to do this one. Yeah, no, Tarzan is safe. Like, this has been a meme for like 10 years. I dare you, Disney. Go ahead and make a remake of Tarzan. The man who acts like a monkey. Yeah, make that a black man. Yeah, go ahead. Do it. fucking no. I would pay it. I would give a kidney to have a remake of Tarzan with Terry Crews being Tarzan. Oh my god, that would be awesome. Holy shit. No, just make a film. Make a Disney film. All of the characters are played by Terry Crews. There you go. You get that. You get all my money with that. What's the one where the five? That's called The Rising of the Shield Hero. That's the name of the anime. That's the end of the anime. So. Alright, is the reason why I like your streams. We can just talk about shit. That cool conversation in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I'm not afraid to talk about shit. So yeah, require Disney to hire real writers. No, it would require Disney to get, like, they could make it. It would just might not make it good. So that's probably why. But yeah. How about a Tarzan movie with ice show speed? No, Terry Crews. Terry Crews is the only acceptable option. Terry Crews, and fine, we can have Henry Cavill as the bad guy. We can have Henry Cavill as the bad guy, or no, somebody more buff than that. Maybe someone like Brock Lesnar or somebody like that. The Rock should be cast in Tarzan because I want people to be angry. Shit, The Rock as the villain. That would be a good fit. That would be a good fit, actually. Holy shit, I don't remember the name of the bad guy in Tarzan, but yeah, that guy, yeah, the hunter. Yeah, like that could fit with The Rock. That actually could fit. There you go. Look at that. Good stuff, everybody. Good talk. Good talk. You see, that's why I like doing this, because we can just go into these random conversations. So with that said, how about we get back into our things? I am gonna publish this as a BS talk, because we haven't had a BS talk in a very long time. So